I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts and crafts and jewelry. This the guardians of the geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Hey, Guardians of the Geekery podcast, the Geekery Market edition. Holy moly. November 4th is the date. Cabarrus Arena and Events Center. We are doing a little bit of a charity thing, of course, always trying to give back to the community, trying to help those that need. Second Harvest, which just distributes how much food was it last year, Joey?
1,400 pounds last time.
Whoa.
That's our goal to beat. So, and every dollar is 7 pounds, and then you can bring canned goods or non-perishables is what we mean. You don't have to bring the cans. You could bring stovetop stuffing or something like that.
Yeah, you could bring lighter stuff since those bins get
I'm bringing
really heavy.
I'm bringing Spam and ramen. That's what I'm bringing.
No, but it's coming. So, and then, but whatever you do, I mean, non-perishable. So don't bring any goldfish unless it's modern goldfish.
Nice.
And
nice.
See, I am segue queen. What can I say? But
and the cat came over because she heard goldfish.
Yeah, she heard goldfish.
Let's go.
But you guys have been coming. You've been part of the market for a while now. Do you remember what your first year was? Were you there at the very beginning in 2016 or was it 2017?
2017, and it was the Geek and Gears, or was it the Ghouls? I don't know, but it was...
I don't know, so many years.
It was a long time ago.
You're from
in a
Charlotte.
hotel far away.
We lived in Raleigh, and we were looking for Charlotte shows, and we're like, Charlotte Geeks, that's us. And we have friends who are, part of the Geeks, and we found you guys, and it's one of those things where you can either try and fit in or belong, and we feel like we belong.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So we appreciate y'all just existing and being our people, and we love this market. It's one of our favorite shows of the whole year.
Oh, well, thank you.
We love just everything that goes on about it, all the people who are working with it and volunteering, and that you support the Second Harvest is very cool. We love that. And so we
said your lines perfectly. Here's some money.
I'll put that in for the Second Harvest. Thanks. So
that's right. But yeah, we are so honored to join you guys, and we love making art and fan art and geeking out and talking with people at shows, and it's just like one of our favorite things in the world, because with you guys we are able to meet more people than we could meet on our own. And so we started making wands, and I started giving them to friends, and they were like, I only have 2 hands, you should do something with this. And so we love having markets to be able to share our work and not just let it pile up. But
and you have different types of wands. So some are wooden, but talk to us a little bit about the different kinds of wands that you have.
Absolutely. Do you want to talk about yours first?
Well, the wooden ones are not as intriguing, I guess, but I do try and find exotic woods like tulip wood and Hadouk, and give them different finishes and try and just make them look interesting shapes. Every one of them is sort of a form study. We still have school. And there's a variety of them there, and some with, some without ends. And we have some where we work together, right at the end, the handle, and then kind of at the top, which is a nice segue. Ken as well.
So is an industrial designer. That's his training, and so he thinks a lot about form and wood, and he does a lot of we've done reclaimed wood that's local. He's cut down dogwood trees and let them weather, and so they're really cool because there's domestic woods and So he's got a list of all the woods that are canon in the Harry Potter universe, and he's checking them off. And some woods we're able to get, and some woods, we have to do some searching for. But my wands are made with a really high temperature hot glue. And I put dowel on the inside in the core, and then I add the glue and I manipulate it underwater. And that's how I get the really organic structures and flows. And then I use molds, and I'm able to make things like mushroom wands. And I have one that's one of my favorites. I don't know. Can you see this? Is it coming through? It's a bird skull. So it's a raven.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
And
did you sculpt that, or is that an actual skull?
Did not. It is so it is a mold that I use.
And okay.
To
that's cool.
It is so cool. I love it so much. There's so much to do. So like I have sculpted, different items and then made a mold out of that and then use that mold for the wands. But this, I was fortunate to find a mold that worked. And they are sturdy. Brian came home when we started making these, and I was just throwing wands down the hallway because I need them to not break. So that's my quality control is, we're flinging wands through the house. But like, I'm really excited about this. This is an owl.
Oh, yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh, I love owls.
We are hooked on the Owl House. And so this one is designed after Ida's staff.
That's a great show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the Owl House is a great show.
And like Bibu
Close up here.
Was
the
Titans, the owl there. I loved it. And I'm making eyeballs. I love gross things like wet specimens and just neat. I'm not a spooky horror type, If it's gross and it probably sounds nasty coming out of something, I'm in it. And then
so did you get started?
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, and I make wands.
Did you get started with the wands? Were the wands your first product?
They were. So I started when, oh my gosh, my kid was 6. He's 16 now. And when he was 6, the teachers were like, he's falling through the cracks with reading. And as Brian and I are huge readers, so that was not acceptable. And we decided that one of us needed to stay home and we were just needed to shift our lives. And so I got to stay home and, helped our kid, and he's a great reader now. And I decided, what am I going to do? Because I can't just sit in a room. I will vibrate. I have to do something. And so I decided I was going to become the room mom for the art teacher at my kid's school. So I befriended the art teacher, and she was all into fairies and just a really neat lady. And I decided to make a wand for her so she could go out, because she goes out to festivals and she wears fairy wings, and it's just a really neat lady. And so I made a wand for her out of a wooden spoon that had a pearl holding it on. So it was like a circle, and she could see through it and see all the fairies. And it was really fun to make, and I loved it. And so I was looking around at, what else is there in the wand world? And, as we've all seen on YouTube, hot glue on a chopstick. And I was like, no way, that's not cool. And so I tried it, and it was totally cool. I loved it. And it was like, but I need something more. And so it just kind of morphed into, my style. Cause like I see people making wands, and I try to, mimic their style. And it's hard because it's not my song. My song is this. And it's been so amazing to watch that evolve over the years, because I've been making wands now for 11 years. And these don't look anything like the first ones. And every single wand I make is the best wand. And I can't wait to see what they look like in 5, 6, 10 more years. And it's what I love to do.
That's fun.
It's what I geek out over. It's one of the things I love to do.
Yeah, but and Brian has morphed right along with you because, you know, when you first started doing the shows, you didn't have these wonderful display racks. So I love the wood part. Don't knock yourself for not having the interesting wood, because I have seen it's the funnest part about knowing you're going to be at a show. What are you laughing at? Did I say
Oh,
a bad
nothing.
thing?
Halo,
Did I
Halo, Halo.
accidentally? Okay. I love your wood, Brian, evidently, you know, so there you go. But but like I'm always excited when I know you guys are at a show because I always love to see what your display has on it now, because that too has morphed over the years. And your displays are a perfect example of what I try to talk to newer artisans about, because you've got vertical height, you've got interest, but you don't crowd your space so much that people can't see what's there. I had somebody at our show one of the first times, and they had so much stuff that you would have had to go digging through, which is a weird thing to do when there's a person sitting right behind the desk, to go digging through all their stuff and messing up all their display, trying to see if there's something that you want to buy. So, you know, the fact that you've got the height and then you've got all the variety on there is a thing. And, you know, some of the work. I was traumatized when I saw what happened to you guys at North Carolina
Oh
Folk
yeah,
Festival.
that was scary.
Although I have to say that when you said the thing about testing your wands by throwing them down the halls, I'm like, well, maybe her wands made it okay, because she wind tested them. So
One of those ravens was snapped and split down the middle. Pretty surprising.
oh wow.
Can we tell people what happened?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Guys. So do you want to tell it? Or do you, okay. I like to talk a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, we were at the North Carolina Folk Festival, which is a great show. It's a 3-day festival in Greensboro, and it's a music festival. And we're outdoors, and we have our big tent. And Friday night was beautiful. The weather was gorgeous. And then Saturday morning it started drizzling, but then it just wind, just sheer wind, and it was like I heard 60 plus miles an hour, gusts of wind just started taking tents out. And I've seen it happen at other festivals, but it's never happened to us. And it was like our tent, it moved and we were holding it down. And then all of a sudden there was one big gust of wind and it flew across the street and was only stopped by a telephone pole. And our table was just completely collapsed. And it was like, I've never had something happen where there was silence, like my ears were boxed in and no sound. And then a drop of rain hit me and I was like, oh, I need to pick up my stuff. And so the volunteers all helped us, and you know, we got it all together. And I called Brian because he was going to get more bags for us, and I was like, bad news, tent's gone, drive in. And he did. And it was like an initiation to being a full-time crafter.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing that could have been done. There were folks who had smaller tents, more weight, less weight. And it through our weights were like, I'm amazed nothing got hurt worse than it is, because the weights were like flails. And we found one about 30 feet and stopped.
Oh my gosh.
Slid down the street. So
Well,
the good news is you'll be inside for the Geekery market. I don't think the event center is going to go anywhere.
It is concrete, like cement blocks too. So even if there's a windstorm, we should be okay. So, but yeah, that is scary, especially when you see, you know, it's kind of like that, you know, if poem, like when you see everything that you've worked so hard on just like strewn across the street and you're trying to pick it all back up. That's just a devastating feeling. So
that was what we dealt with the rest of the weekend, was just the emotions of it all. In the end, after we were able to get home and unpack everything, we really didn't lose that much other than the tent and the table. But our merchandise survived largely intact, or at least with small fixable problems.
Yeah,
that's good.
All around us who had the same problem didn't fare as well.
Yeah.
Did your wooden sign make it? The one you worked so hard on?
We can show you. It's
taken a couple of hits.
It took a little hit, but we can fix
Uh,
that. Well, that's the beauty of being an artist and a maker is we made all this stuff. We can make it again.
The little piece, it landed right here and took off a little chunk. But I have the chunks, so I'm going to reattach them, and it'll be good.
But
Oh,
like you made this sign and
It's a pain in the butt to make this one, so I don't want to do it again, but I could if I had to.
It's just beautiful stuff. So beyond the wands and the beautiful sign and the beautiful wand display, tell us about some of the other stuff that you're going to be bringing to the Geekery market. And I love the stained glass. That's new and beautiful.
so stained glass is my heart. Like I had no idea that I would love it. I just moved it in front of me. As much as I do, I've thought about doing stained glass for years. Probably I've always loved stained glass. The way that I draw and illustrate is very like lends itself to this, to stained glass.
hmm.
And so I don't know, Brian's gonna hold up some mushrooms. I took a class in January and then took another class and I was hooked. And I'm looking forward to being an 80-year-old woman making doors and windows that I can't lift.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
pretty.
Man.
Yeah.
My
It's
goodness.
the act of cutting it and it so you come up with the design and then you cut it out.
That is so cute.
I love those spooky ghosts. They're so sweet. Yeah, they're like the sky is the limit. Like I can make whatever my heart desires, and it just makes me so happy to just sit there and work on it, and to have it appreciated by other people makes me. That's serious external validation, y'all. We love it, and I don't know, it connects us to people because I'm making things that I want and that I love. And to find other people who love and want those things too, that connects us. Like it's not just like I'm making, tennis shoes. I'm making things that I people cherish. And it's huge. And I know it sounds cheesy, but I really love thinking about the people who are going to, choose this mushroom and have this in their kitchen window and love it for the next, 45 years. And their grandkids are going to be like, that's Meemaw's mushroom. Mushroom. And that's really, really cool to me as a crafter and a maker. And, we're making, light catchers. I love rainbows. So rainbows are really important to me, culturally and just beauty when because we're searching for beauty. That's what I'm here for. And to have crystals that, will shine rainbows all over your living room or your kitchen, that's huge. And I love making those kinds of things. And some days we have to make our own rainbows. And so I'm making that with stained glass. And so we've got stained glass, we make dice bags. I've been a sewer forever. Like that was like theater sewing is how I got started in, connecting with other people in the community. And we lived in Raleigh for a long time and I volunteered with the Raleigh Little Theater. And so I learned how to make costumes because I always sewed for myself, but we were making costumes and I made hats. I love millinery. And just making different things and props. What was that? Millinery is an interesting term. It is hat.
Yes.
But we don't make hats.
Yet.
There is a
That's
lady
awesome.
that we see, and she makes these sweet little hats. I love them. They're really cute. But we also make potions. And so these are decorative potions from the Harry Potter universe. So this is our gillyweed. Can you up close, Brian? Brian is our up close person.
Yes. I appreciate that you brought your own hand model with you for demonstration purposes.
Oh,
So gillyweed.
pretty.
And so can you show the back and how the liquid moves?
Oh, that's so
Oh.
cool.
Ooh.
Look, Angel. Look at all the gillyweed.
Baby.
She is whining because she can hear Dad, but Dad's got the door shut on her. So she was sitting out to side his door whining. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, and so we used to make it where it was a sensory bottle where you would shake it and it, the glitter would disperse and then it would settle. But when you have those and they sit on your shelf, they look, clear and plain. We wanted to make something that looked magical all the time.
Yeah.
And so
Absolutely. Yeah.
evolved and shifted our recipe for this. And we're making them so they look magical on your shelves 24/7.
Oh,
That's so awesome.
We love them.
Look at
Yeah.
we'll skull on top.
Our Amortensia, we almost didn't have this. We didn't have Amortensia on the table for a long time, for many years, because we think Amortensia is a dangerous potion. It could be weaponized. And it's not really ethical to make someone fall in love with you or become obsessed with you. So we spend a lot of time going back and forth. And our label says, use with caution. Love potions do not equal consent.
That is awesome. I love that. There you go.
And we've settled on that with the design for the label. And Brian designs all our labels. He is our designer. And
this is our latest creation.
Yes.
Finally found an amphora
Oh.
bottle.
Oh, nice.
That's nice.
So, and it comes with a stand.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
And it makes me feel happy. What?
I might have to get that one. Yeah, that's nice.
It's so magical. And that's kind of, I guess, the theme for our booth is just we love magical things. I am part magpie, so I like things that are sparkly and shiny magic rocks. We like shiny math rocks. We like
That's
shiny
our other
math rocks.
section. We have dice. We have dice jails that I designed. I don't know where they are. I think they're at the studio.
Oh gosh, sorry. We just moved into a studio, so we've got we have a studio and a workshop, and where things are in a house, and things are in different places. But Brian has designed a dice jail that he 3D prints and actually resin prints, and then sands it down, paints it, dry brushes it, and then we package it up, and it is so cool. I really wish we had it to show. I'm so sorry.
That's okay. Now,
People have to come to the market.
Yeah, people have to come to the market to see it. And if people wanted to go online and look at some of your stuff ahead of time, do you have a website that they can go look at? And can they pre-order from you?
Absolutely. So moderngoldfish.com is our website. And you can order things there. And you can also reach us through Instagram is the best way to get in touch with us. And it's Modern Goldfish. And you'll see Eugene, he's our big goldfish.
Oh.
And you can definitely email us, send us DMs. We would love to make, a pink raven skull wand for you, if that is what you need.
Okay.
Go on. But no, we love doing commissions, and we would love to make something for you for the show and have it there for you, and hand deliver it.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. We were smiling the whole way through.
Yes.
You always bring joy and sunshine wherever you are. We're so excited to have you as part of the market again this year. Thank you for your continued faith and trust in us. So, and make sure to go ahead and check out Brian and Kenna. I don't know that I officially said your names at the beginning, but this is Brian and Kenna Covington. Spoiler at the end. So, and check them out on moderngoldfish.com and come see them at the show.
We'll see you there.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.